I'm working on the binding for the quilt, for Debbie's quilt, and I'm going to be doing it self-binding with that luscious minky. I trimmed the front and the batting equal to each other, and then I trimmed out this minky backing 2.5 inches, much larger than I would normally do, but I'm going to leave a nice wide binding on it, and that is why. Let me take you through part of the process here, and I'll show you how wide I'm going to leave the binding here in just a second. So what I do is I fold the piece at right sides together as far as the backing is concerned, and then I have a perpendicular stitch line that I have taken down about halfway from the fold to the opening, and I've stitched and I have back stitched on the top and bottom of that, leaving this part open. That's very important. Let's turn it over here a little bit. And then I'm going to trim this out because I'm using such a big piece. I don't mind trimming it out more. If it was a small quilt, I would be trimming it at 1/4 inch. I'm going to stick my thumb in there and turn it the other direction. It looks great. I also have my little turny guy right here, and that helps me get into the corner nicely. And then what I'm going to do is fold in these wings right here, and that is why I needed to leave it open on the end rather than stitching it all the way. And I will end up folding that over and pinning both sides of this before I do the stitching. So all 4 corners are going to look exactly like that before I do the stitching. Here's one that I have ready to go, and I've got a binding that's about 1.5 inches approximately. Isn't that going to be great? Such a fun binding. Pulling that right over from the back. I'll be stitching it in that same lovely purple color right there. I'm probably going to put a serpentine stitch along it, although I may just straight stitch it. I'll decide. It's such a great way to make a mitered corner. No little fingers are going to get in there. No little animal paws. No little lint. It's got such a reduced amount of bulk. Everything looks great. So I'm going to fold that over right here, and then I will do the stitching all the way around the quilt. I prep all 4 corners exactly the same before I do the stitching, and that way it's ready to go. When I finish with that, then Debbie's quilt will be completed. It'll be ready for wrapping up and gift giving to her granddaughter, whose favorite color is orange. All right, my friends, always happy to do binding for you. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. In the meantime, you know what I'm saying, make it a great day.